Hi everyone, today we're going to be talking about the perimeter of composite figures. So let's start talking about what a composite figure is. Composite figure is an irregular shape that can be split up into regular shapes. So first few steps that we have for finding the perimeter. First step is divide the figure into known shapes, so into squares, rectangles, and triangles. Step 2, find and label all missing measures. You will use circumference for a circle and a Pythagorean theorem if needed to find a missing side of a right triangle. Add up all the sides for the perimeter. Alright, and I'm going to be a little more specific about this, but add up all of the outsides for the perimeter. Anything that's inside the shape we won't include. Alright, so let's take a look at this shape here. So in order to find the perimeter, we've got this side here that's 3 feet, this side here is 10 feet, the bottom which is 14 feet, and then we have this side here that we don't know. Alright, so let's split this up into some shapes that we do know. So if I were to draw a line right here, I would see that I have a rectangle and a triangle. Alright, so I want to find the measure of this length here. But to do that, I also need to know the measure of this length here. Alright, and this length. Well, this one here is the easy one, because this one matches this side here. So that's going to be 3 feet. Alright, now, the length of this piece right here, okay, well, we know that the whole length from this corner to this corner is 14 feet. We know that from here to here, which matches from here to here, is 10 feet. So to find the remaining distance, we would take the total distance, 14, and subtract out the 10. So that gives us 4 feet. So now this side right here has a length of 4 feet. Alright, now we can use this side and this side to find the length of this side. We now have a right triangle. This vertical line and the horizontal lines make that right angle, so now we know we can find that. Okay, so we can use our Pythagorean theorem to find the length of this side. Alright, so remember, Pythagorean theorem is a squared plus b squared equals c squared. We have our 3 feet as a leg and our 4 feet as a leg. So I substitute them in, and it's just like what we did last unit. Evaluate, add, and then take the square roots. So now I know that this has a length of 5. Alright, now that I know all my outsides, I can add them together. So my perimeter is going to be equal to the 3 plus the 10 plus the 5 plus the 14. So I'm just going to count this whole thing as 14. I'm not going to do 4 and then 14. Remember, the 4 is just this one little section, but 14 is the whole length. So I take all of my outsides. So again, the 3, the 10, the 5, and the 14. Add them all together, and we get 32 feet. Make sure that if these values here are labeled with a unit of measure, then your answer also needs to be labeled with a unit of measure. Okay, let's try another problem. So we're going to do one more example, and then you have 2 trying your own to complete before next class. Alright, so here we have a shape. We're going to find the perimeter of this interesting looking shape. Alright, so taking a look at what we have, they've already drawn some lines in for us. So we can tell these 2 lines kind of split this shape up into a rectangle and then 2 semicircles. Alright, so what we're missing is these semicircles, the edges of they're the outside of the semicircles. And then we're also missing this side over here. But this side, remember, is going to match this side here. So this one here will also be 3 feet. So I'm just going to put that in. 3 feet. All right, so now that we know that, okay, now we're going to focus on finding this distance right here around that semicircle. All right, so my semicircle, we're going to find that by taking, we know that this whole length, because they tell us down here, is 12 feet. So to find this little distance here that we need to find first for the diameter of that semicircle, so we're going to take this whole distance, which is 12, and then subtract out this 3 and this 3. The whole distance is 12, then this little part is going to be 12 minus 3 minus 3, which gives us 6 feet. So this semicircle has a diameter of 6 feet. All right, so now the outside of a circle, okay, we don't call it a perimeter, we call it the circumference. So to find the perimeter or the circumference of a semicircle, well, first we need to figure out what's the formula to find the circumference of a full circle. All right, well, the circumference of a circle is pi times diameter. So now, because it's only half of a circle, I'm going to actually divide that by 2. All right, so now let's go ahead and find this circumference of the semicircle. So we're going to substitute in our values. We're going to use 3.14 for pi times 6, which was that diameter that we found here, and then we're going to divide that by 2. So we do that math, and we come up with 9.48 feet. So now this has a length of 9.48 feet, and if this has a length of 9.48 feet, then so does this down here. All right, so now we can go ahead and we can add up all of our sides. So I've got 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 9.48 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 9.48. So I can list them all out as one way to do it, or I can kind of condense that down. How many 3's do I have? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I can do 6 times 3, because I have 6 of them, and then I can add that to my 2 times 9.48, since there's 2 of those. So I had 6 sides that were 3 feet long each, and I had 2 sides that were 9.48 feet long. Right, so we do that math, and we end up with 37.6 feet. All right, that is it for our examples. You have this try on your own problem, and then this try on your own problem. Go ahead, do the best that you can with them, and I will see you in class next time.